the whole record was recorded in January, and music wise, and then it was, Phil's got to write the songs, write the lyrics, and then I came in to the studio with him. I'd say in November. Yeah, right after his haunted house, and we knocked it out in a couple weeks. He did the lyrics, and they were great. And so you really got to wait till the artists are done with their tracking
Yeah.
before you move on to any of the next steps, which is the mixing and mastering. And the guys in the band really took their time with this one, and made sure we all agreed that it was perfect.
Now, when it comes to the lyrical process, is that really Phil completely by himself? And maybe talk to us about what it's like while that's going down. Does he like to sort of lock himself away in a room and really be solitary, or is it more of a collaborative effort with the lyrics?
Oh, it's all Phil, and
It's all Phil.
yeah, oh yeah, and it's really when he's ready and it starts flowing and he does it. That's when he does it. And he doesn't. Uh, I guess he's got to be in the right mood, maybe. I don't know, but if we would say to him right after we recorded like, hey, you got to have those lyrics done in 2 weeks, he'd have been like, fuck you guys,
That's it.
you know, how about you guys go fuck yourselves. But no, he's cool. He We're just glad he's in the band, you know what I mean? So when he's ready to do it, he's ready to do it. And so that's, part of the process. And luckily, he wanted to do it. He could have said, hey, I don't want to make the gold record. I'd rather just do Pantera and thanks anyway, guys. Band's over, if he
Yeah.
wanted to. But yeah, we're proud and glad that he's still excited about Scour and still wants to do it. And so, yeah, we just kind of let him go with that. And he's knocked it out of the park every time. So he's blown me away, honestly, every time with it.
I love that. I mean, was that an actual conscious thought though for you guys? Because obviously in the last couple of years, things have been crazy with Pantera, out on stadium tours with Metallica. I mean, was that even a conversation with you guys? Like, how are we going to make sure that, Pantera can have its life over here and we can keep Scour going at the same time? Or was it just a situation where you knew it was going to work because Phil had made his commitment and there wasn't really a conversation needed?
It's really that's what it was. It was Phil when he let us know that Pantera was reuniting. After the shock, we were just kind of like, wow, but what does this mean for everyone else? And he made it clear. He's like, this is going to be good for everyone. I love Scour. I need that part. I need that part of my life. I need the extreme music. And so we were like, great. That's great to hear. Because he, like I said earlier, he could have been like, you know what, I'm going to go tour Pantera around the world and play, sold out arenas every night. Sorry, guys. And we'd be like, cool, congratulations.
Right.
At least I would be. Uh, but luckily, like I said, he's still digging being a part of the small band, the small scene, the extreme metal scene. So
Does it ever get to a point though, John, where it's an overload? And I do think of what we were talking about a minute ago when the Pantera tour was going on. You guys were keeping things going with Phil, and he was wearing both of those hats in two bands. Do you ever worry that it can become too much? And how do you guys again sort of retain that element of just rolling with the punches, no matter what's happening around you?
well, it's not easy, but it's you know with Phil, we kind of know his schedule well in advance, and he knows his schedule, and he'll let us know. He doesn't like hide things from us. He'll be like, hey, listen, I'm gonna be real busy next year. I'll find some places in between for Scour, and he has. We're playing the Milwaukee Metal Fest, and it's great. And so he knows I think next year might be a little lighter from playing like it might take a little break or so, next year. That gives time for his other projects like Down and Scour to hopefully do something cool. So he lets us know in advance, and you know, I just love Pantera so much that I'm just like I hope Pantera never stops playing.
Yeah.
It's just so cool, and I don't think they plan to stop playing. I think it's just this year is going to be real busy for them. So
Yeah.
we just got to deal with it, and I'm proud of them. I'm glad that they.
That's okay. What
Yeah.
was your first reaction when you found out that the reunion was going to happen with Pantera? And what do you remember about Phil's reaction around that time when he officially got the okay?
Well, I remember when he told me. He kind of made me guess. He didn't really tell me. He was like, "Something big's coming up," and I'm like, "Yeah, what what are you doing? Is it uh, a band with Tony Iommi or something? What are you doing?" And he goes, "Well, it's going to be bigger than Down." And I was like, "Whoa, okay." It kind of narrows things down a lot because Down's a pretty big deal. And then I said, "Are you really? Is it going to happen? Like you're getting the band back together?" And he kind of started knocking like, "Ding, ding, ding!" Like you, but and then he's like, "But who's on drums?" And I took two guesses before it was Charlie Benante, and he was like, "You're right." And he's like, "Who's on guitar?" I said, "It's gotta be Zach Wilde." He's like, "You're right." I'm like,
You got it right away.
"Oh yeah." Took two guesses for drummer and first guitar guess.
Who was your other guess for the drummer?
Gene Hoglan.
Okay.
I
Okay.
thought maybe
Pretty good
Mean
guess.
Gene because he toured with them and played with multiple men, and he could pull it off. Hey,
And what are
tonight
your
you need me to
thoughts
play
on it?
Vinny. What do you mean?
Yeah. What are your thoughts on how those guys have stepped into those roles? Like, obviously, they were some of the first picks in your mind. Do you feel like they lived up to those
They
expectations?
blew it away. I mean, I saw the first show. I saw some of the rehearsals, of course, but I saw the first show in Mexico City, and I remember. I mean, I watched from the side of the stage. I thought I heard one mess up the entire set,
Wow.
and because after the show, Phil's like, "How those guys?" Like, "Man." I was like, "Charlie was amazing on drums." I mean, I heard one little slip up, and he goes, "He just told me you messed up twice." I was like, well, I didn't even hear the other mess up. I
Heard
heard only
one.
only heard one of the two, but that's how tight it was from the first show. And since then, it's got way tighter. As any band keeps playing together, it tightens up. And I think that you can't really top what they're doing. I mean, it's the perfect tribute to Pantera. It's just it's I said they're the most badass band on the planet. And when you're watching them live, you're like, this is badass. There's just
Yeah.
no way around it.
No,
And
for sure.
they got a perfect set list too, so it's really cool.